All right, everybody, what's going on? So I figured I'd take some time out of my day to address the elephant, man, and that is why we left Thunder Valley. So stay with me, and I'll get to it. All right, so why we left Thunder Valley, man? There's a few good reasons why we left, and a couple of them are respect, professionalism, and safety, man. So I will start on the respect thing first because that's probably the biggest issue to me and how you treat people. Um, Before I get into that, I want to let people know that we're not employees of Thunder Valley. We were never employed by them. We're partners. So we chose to go down there and help them do certain events and put on certain things and to help bring the track back to life. And in turn, give the average person with a car a chance to come out there and experience a track, a racetrack. So if anything ever comes out like, oh yeah, they kicked y'all out, they did not. You can't fire me, you can't hire me. We were partners. We chose to leave Thunder Valley because at the end of the day, Thunder Valley's full of crap and a lot of things that they do. And I'm gonna get to it here in a little bit. But yeah, let that be known right now that, like I said, we were not employees, we were just partners. And 4140 decided that it's in our best interest to not be a part of that type of organization. And the reasons why, we're gonna get to it, is one, respect, man. Respect goes a long way with me. The way you treat your staff speak volumes and your character. And I have been there and witnessed the I'm in charge complex about one too many times when it came to the staff. Christine and Jason and Skip just jumped on board, but they're all really good people, man. And Christine does quite a bit for that track, more than a lot of people know. People sometimes think, oh, she's just the person in the tower. No, Christine does the tower, the ground maintenance. She makes sure everything is squared away. She makes the track a better place. You know, she has been there early mornings, late nights to ensure that this new timing system was put in. It was correct. That everything is working functionally, rewiring the tower, spending her own personal money to get printers, to get paper, to get certain things to make that track a better place for the customers, for the racers. And you know, there's been times where I've been there and I've seen Christine be belittled because she's a she, and I'm not with that, because I tell you what, one instance is there was a person leaving the track who was upset about something. I want to say it was about the boards and the timing system being a little bit off. And that's cool. You can be upset. But when you go into the tower and you go in to have your complaint with the facility manager and you get sent upstairs to go have that same complaint because they don't want to deal with it. So then you walk upstairs and you curse out the people who are running the boards and running the systems, and you curse them out. It's a no-go. That's a no-no for me. You don't treat your employees that way. And I tell you what, I know things would have been different if I was the one on the second floor and you came into that tower and you try to cuss me out. It'd be a bad day for you, because you would never. You would probably see Jesus if you tried that with me. But you feel comfortable because she's a she. I'm not with that type of stuff. You know, respect goes a long way, and that also speaks to like the safety of your people. Because what if it ended up getting into something physical? Like, what if he felt emboldened to do something to her because he was so upset? He had the nerve to walk up in there. But what if it happened differently? Like, what would have been the outcome? You know, I think of things like that, and you don't put your staff in harm's way like that. You know, purposely creating issues at the track, messes, just issues. You know, and then making your staff clean up after it, and then really telling your staff, oh yeah, it's job security. That's pretty effed up. You know, you don't do things and tell your staff it's job security. That's like a slave mentality, and that's not okay. You know, things like that. You don't do that and say that type of stuff to your staff. You don't treat your staff like that. You don't do that. Christine and Jason, they work their ass off over there, and they're always my go-tos when I get there. You know, very good people. I've never had an issue with them. People say, "Oh, well, Christine has an attitude." Well, hell, I would too if you come into my place of work and curse me out and say certain things to me and make comments about me online, and then you come in here and you have your attitude with me. Of course, I'm going to give it back to you. What makes you think she wouldn't have an attitude? I think she's justified it, and she's been put through the ringer a lot. Talking trash behind your employees' backs. Like, I've seen that happen there. And I've been in the office many times where somebody will walk in and they'll walk out and they're the joke of the whole track. It's a shame. That's not how you conduct yourself, The saying that there's going to be a lot of events that are happening, and you promise a group of people that, hey, this motocross track is going to be open today. It's going to be open. It's never open. You have all this money invested into a motocross track that's never open. You should probably invest it in your employees. But again, I'm not the owner there. Even though people think I am, I'm not. I'll clarify that in a little bit. I'm not. I'm just a promoter. But I see how people are treated at that track, and it's just not okay. The I'm in charge mentality there overrides any type of, feedback or constructive criticism that people are having. You're so worried about being the boss that you lost your people. You lost the ability to be better because you're not coachable. You don't want to listen, and not just the management, but even the owner himself. He doesn't want to listen. He's not coachable, Christine and Jason both. I'm not going to just say Christine. Christine and Jason both. They are the heartbeat of that track, and they have done so much for that track. And this is another situation that really pisses me off as a business owner working with employees. When you have two people who have made your business work and run, they have done everything from setting up the timing systems, setting up the tower, making sure everything's in sync, to ground maintenance, to making sure the track is prepped, to making sure Thunder Valley is Thunder Valley for everyone who visits that track. For them to do all that hard work, and when the hard work was done, you demote them to yard work and you hire somebody else for $85,000, to my understanding, and what I've been told by the management at Thunder Valley. To hire somebody for $85,000 after you were paying somebody $30,000 to do all that work, then you demote them and bring in somebody else for $85,000 to run and maintain a calendar that they did not make, because 4140, Outlaw Nutrition, 405 Marcus, Mark Sorensen, all these people who go in there who are promoters, who go in there and help run that track, you shit on those employees by doing that. You crush their morale. You destroy them because, like I said, the calendar was set by us, and not just 40 but every promoter and the management there. The calendar was set, so the towers are done, the timing system's working, the lights are working, everything's working how it should be at the track. And once it's done, you demote her from manager. You demote her from doing everything that she was doing to ground maintenance, paying her $30,000 a year, maybe a little more. I might be off by a couple thousand, but you're paying her $30,000 a year, and you bring in somebody else and you almost triple that salary for them to enforce what everybody else already did. It's crazy to me. It doesn't make any sense. And maybe it does for the owner. Like I said, maybe you're an idiot. I have no idea. But there's just things I wouldn't do personally. Those are a few things when it comes to the professionalism, the respect side of things. I think that's those type of things are, you shouldn't allow your employees to be treated like that, and you shouldn't treat your employees like that. It's just not okay. Safety wise, there's been a few instances that we've gone to the track. One of them just stands out to me the most is I was fortunate enough to see somebody's body cam footage of them on their bike. And their bike, I don't know if it broke down or something happened at the end of the track, but they were walking the bike off the track, and the powers that be decided it'd be a great idea to send a set of vehicles down the track while they were scrambling to get off the track, and you can hear how frantic he was in his video to get off the track. That's unacceptable. It's unacceptable, and you don't put people's lives in jeopardy for a few dollars. And if, for those who don't remember the day, I'll let you know what day it is. It was the day of, I want to say it was called Import Face-Off. The winds were crazy. The track was dusty. It was like 60-mile-an-hour winds that day. So Christine came down and she told me, hey, we need to shut this track down. It's too much. Don't send nobody else down there. And the response that I heard, I was in the office when this was happening, was, I'm the one who's in charge here. If I say they can use the effing track, they can use the effing track. I'm in charge. And her response was, I don't want their life on my hand, which is reasonable. I understand that completely because, yes, you have the ability, especially on a motorcycle, to get straight buttered if you have lost it because a gust of 60-mile-an-hour winds blow you over and you're doing 150 on your bike. Yeah, you're probably going to meet God that day. And that's not okay. And she's 100% correct in saying that because it's really should be safety over dollars at that point. And, to belittle, and don't get me wrong, I'm not the only one in the office when this happened. There was a lot of people who didn't work there in the office that day who watched her get yelled at like that. Not okay with me. But that speaks to the safety and the respect part. But to do that, yeah, you don't do that. Even on our own events, we had an event where, he refused to turn the lights on the track, and he wanted the people to go on a dark track. And for those who don't know Thunder Valley is, when the lights aren't on, it's dark as hell. It is like midnight dark. It's crazy. And you want people to go down the track, and you say, well, they have headlights, right? I'm like, that's not the point. You don't put people's lives in jeopardy like that. That's crazy to me. So yeah, those are a few of my concerns when it came to that. Professionalism, man, it's just not there. I don't smoke, I don't drink, and I don't condemn people who do. Do what you do. But in a place of business, that's not where you do it. When I walk in an office and, even the first day I got there, when I met the big owner, I walked in the office, it's just, as soon as you open the door, it's weed and cigarettes, just smack you in your face. And you go in there, and then there's a ungodly amount of opened and used cans that have cigarette ashes all over them, half full or half empty bottles of vodka everywhere. It's just disgusting. Dog shit, dog piss, dog food everywhere, hair everywhere. It's just not a good place that you want to do business. And as a professional, you go in there to make a deal happen, and that's your first impression. It's pretty weird. I mean, if that's your lifestyle that you live, then cool. But you shouldn't live that way at work. It should be a very inviting place to do business. We made our deals there, but that's the thing that's like kind of a turnoff. Like you don't want to do that. If you have the need to smoke, you should smoke outside. If you shouldn't be conducting meetings with people who are trying to do business and you're getting blazed or drunk right in front of them. That's not cool. That's a professional no-no. Yeah, it's a racetrack. It's a different type of people, but money's money. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to make a deal and you're trying to receive money as the track, you're trying to receive money. So you should be a little more professional with the people who are trying to give it, or at least try to bring it into the track. So yeah, that professionalism is not there. The price increase on the track, absurd. You want to increase the prices on everything while offering the customer less. Insane. The track itself, there was issues with time boards, as I mentioned earlier. There's issues with the time boards, the systems not communicating right. The toilets are still jacked up, like they've been jacked up for the last 10 years. There's a lot of things that need to happen in that track, but you cannot ask for more money while giving them less product. You don't want to turn the lights on certain events. The track prep was substandard in some events because you want to save here and save there, but you cannot ask for more money. And yeah, it's not $19.95 anymore, and there has to be a price increase, but the increase has to match the product. You can't ask for more money and give a substandard product. you're getting more last year at Thunder Valley than you were this year, and that you're paying more this year than you were last year. Make it make sense, the ownership, it needs, God bless them. I hope it all works out, man, but you got to be more receptive of the people who are trying to help you out. For those who don't know, we don't really make a big profit working at the track. We kind of work there almost for free, to be honest with you. About 90 to 95% of the profits go straight back to Thunder Valley from us to keep the track open. I pay the employees at 4140, and that's about it. The track keeps the bulk of the money when it comes to our events, so we can do our part and help keep the track open. But you gotta do better, man. When it comes to listening to people, the first time I met the owner, his words to me is, I don't know nothing about race cars, I don't know nothing about racetracks, just trying to make money. And my response was, well, listen to the people who are trying to help you make it, because we're gonna do just fine. And I feel like you've done everything but do that. I hit him up a few times, and my comment to him was, hey man, this is Jay Sean with 4140. And he's like, what's 4140? And I almost swallowed my tongue because I couldn't believe what I just read. This dude, you should know as an owner who are the biggest people at your track. And it's to the point where so many people believe that I'm the owner of the track because my face is all over Thunder Valley. My face is all over the page. My events are pretty big events. And then you come back at me like, who is 4140 or what is 4140? You're an idiot. You're either an idiot or you're stupid or you're both. That's my opinion on that, because there's no way as a business owner myself, I own 2 businesses, and there's no way as a business owner you don't know what your market is. You don't know what your biggest profits are. You don't know who the people who are making the most money are. There's no way. I took it as a slight, like a little disrespect, that you could have, I don't know, man, maybe it's just me, but there's just no way you don't know who we are. There's no way. Everywhere I go, and I even proved it at the track during Mark's event, about 3 or 4 people came to me that day and was like, aren't you the owner? I was like, no, I'm just a promoter. And it happened in front of the management. It happened in front of the staff. A lot of people think I'm the owner of the track, and I'm not. I'm not the owner of the track. I'm just a promoter like the other people. But to make these things better, you got to be coachable, man. And you cannot treat your staff bad. You cannot treat your customers as they are expendable. And you got to provide a place that makes people want to come back and spend money. The gift shop's never open. And I have given my blessings for the track to use my logo, which is not going to happen no more because my blessing was taken back. When we left, that's it. But to use my logo and keep the profits, you know what I'm saying? That was my help for them. If people want a hoodie or a sweater, sell it, keep the profits, put it back into the track. And it's never open. It's never open. I've been hit up by multiple people. Hey man, is the gift shop going to be open? I'm trying to get a hoodie. I'm trying to get a shirt. It's never open. It's just things like that. Like when we get to the track, there's been times where, the management was late to open the gate by 15 minutes, trying to short the events, like tell me that the event wasn't as big when I'm sitting here counting the same cars that you're counting, and I know it is. It might be a slightly smaller, but it's not too far off, and even to the point where I've heard conversations about, how cash is handled at the track. Not a fan. I'm not a fan of dishonesty, and I'm not a fan of playing your people. Like I said, I don't work for Thunder Valley, so, and at the end of the day, we can either work together or they can kiss my ass. It doesn't make a difference to me. I work for me. I'm self-employed, I own my own stuff, and I treat my customers, I treat them well too, but my employees, I treat them well. I don't even call them employees, they're my teammates. So here at 4140, we are a team. They know who's in charge, they know who runs everything, but I don't need to have a God complex with my people. We're all on the same. There's no reason why Layla couldn't say something. I'm like, whatever, Layla, you're just young, you don't know anything. No, I take what she says very seriously. The same way I would take Brandon, or the same way I would take Sam, or the same way I would take Russell. I would say the same thing with them. If they have a complaint or they have criticism, I listen to it because I don't know everything, and it might make the things better. And we will sit down. Hey, maybe that would work, or hey, that's probably not gonna work, but this is probably why it's not gonna work. I listen to everybody. So for the big owner, listen to your people, because you're about to probably eat shit here soon, because the way you run things, it's not working, man. And I'm gonna tell you that now. You have a lot of people turned off. Maybe we can work something out again. I don't like to be a hypocrite, so probably not. Maybe when the next owner gets there, we can do something. Who knows? I might be the next owner one day. You never know. But if it doesn't go right, man, it's because y'all not coachable people. You're not. You don't want to listen to people who are trying to tell you something. But I still wish y'all the best of luck. I really do, because I hate to see a track close down. It only hurts the community. But with that being said, man, yeah, those are the reasons why we left Thunder Valley. It's no hard feelings for us. When God closes the door, he opens up, in our case, 3 more. So we have big plans. So there's a few other tracks that we're going to be working with. And it's great, man. The blessings keep coming. But like I said, we wish Thunder Valley the best of luck. No hard feelings. I hope the next people that come in are willing to listen to the people who have been there. And if not, well, we'll see what happens when it goes up for sale. So with that being said, those are the reasons why we left Thunder Valley. If I left anything out, if you have any questions, you know, you can make comments. You can hit me up on Facebook, whatever, and I will address what I didn't address. And yeah, as always, continue to like and subscribe. And here we go, baby. Let's get it.